And I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because I am filming this outdoors. The sun keeps changing and I thought I was safe. So if the sun keeps hitting me in weird angles, I apologize, but I'm in the middle of nowhere and my limitations were limited. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, why are you in the middle of the woods? And that's because I've been camping. I've also been extremely sick the last 5 days, but I have been testing out this Peter McKinnon Nomatic Daily Camera bag. And I gotta say that on the whole, I was a little skeptical about this because I wasn't overly impressed with the last one they came out with, which was the Peter McKinnon Nomadic Travel Camera bag. But when they condensed it down to a daily carry size, and they really did some things on this bag that I'm super impressed with and I'm very happy with. And at first, like I said, I was skeptical because I looked at it and I saw the Kickstarter video and I saw a bunch of other people review it that got it early, and I was like, I don't know about that one. And I will admit, I was very hesitant, but when I finally pulled the trigger, and I've been using this bag for a couple weeks, pretty much as my main and sole camera bag, and I gotta say, I was completely wrong. This bag is pretty amazing, and I'm gonna tell you all about it right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so when it comes to the specs and the materials, all I could find on their website is it says it's 80% nylon and 20% polyethylene. Cannot say that. And empty, this bag is about 3 pounds. You also have some nice WeatherGuard YKK zips with some incredible zipper pulls. By the way, I just want to say, one of the things I do appreciate whenever Peter McKinnon makes a product or he partners with anybody, he always goes into some extremely fine detail, which I greatly appreciate. And on these zipper pulls on the main bag, one of the zipper pulls has the Pete's Pirate Life Pirate, and the other zipper pull has the Nomadic emblems, which means that this bag is very much, just as much as it is a nomadic product, Peter McKinnon's touch is definitely on this bag, and you will see that as we walk through it. Okay, and while I'm hitting on the materials and the weather resistant and the water resistant, like I said at the top, this thing is very durable, but it's also very weather resistant. I mean, in the Kickstarter video, they literally plaster this thing with a pressure washer. Now, I've definitely dabbled with some of the water resistance on this bag, and I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed. Now, I did test this with my gear not in the bag. I'm not that faithful or trustworthy, but I will admit that nothing on the inside, there was no dampness, nothing got through. As long as you have these zippers touching with that WeatherGuard seal, which I usually keep mine kind of towards the bottom, just to make sure, so if there is any water, it kind of flows over that. I don't typically like to leave them at the top anyways, because on this bag, and you're gonna notice this, you only have 3 compartments. You have your main top, like quick access compartment, your main zipper that opens the entire bag, clamshell, and then your laptop sleeve zipper. Okay, so let's talk about the handles and the comfort and the straps on this bag. So right here at the top, you have your pretty much only point to grab on this bag. There are no side handles and there's no handles underneath. This handle at the top is beefy, it's very foamy. I like the fact that it's easy to grab. It's actually connected onto the backpack straps, making it even easier to find. A lot of times I'll find that bags at the top, they'll have like a flimsy handle and it's not connected. There's no rigidity to it, so you have to go looking for it. This, every time you need to grab it, it is always right there. Not to mention that everywhere on this bag, whenever I pick it up, this bag just feels great, even when it's loaded out. Like I said, 3 pounds empty. When I have my entire kit in here, it's probably maybe 15 pounds, if that. It's very light. I don't really bring a ton of heavy camera gear because I bring a variety of camera gear. So with that, with the straps on the back, you also have a very nice back panel, which again has that attention to detail with the Pete's Pirate Life. You also have a luggage pass-through, which is perfect if you want to compare this or combine this with a roller luggage, whether it be for your carry-on, your check, whatever you're doing. It makes it really easy. Now, personally, I don't use a lot of roller luggage, but I got my first set of roller luggage, so I'll be reviewing that soon enough. But honestly, this back panel, the straps, all of it, everything on the back of this bag is just exactly what you want it to be. It's easy to adjust, it's comfortable, it fits well, it's got a nice back panel. I cannot sing the praises enough. It is extremely well done. Okay, and I will say there are some accessories you can get with this. Now, I did bag this off of Kickstarter. I just want to say that if you're still waiting on yours for Kickstarter, I did get mine pretty late and it did ship in 2 segments. So if you're still waiting, I understand because I was waiting pretty late too. But they have external lash straps, which isn't something that I opted for because I typically don't use them. I'm not somebody that lashes something on the outside of my bag. It's just not something that I typically do. But you do have points for those on either side of the bag where these water bottle pockets are, and then obviously the ability up here at the front. Now, on the side here, these are magnetic water bottle pockets. Now, I have my packed little coffee maker thing. It fits in here fine. Any normal water bottle is gonna fit in here. There is some pretty good stretch. I have a pretty thick, pretty big boy water bottle that can actually fit in here, but it does kind of offset the bag. This is also great if you want to put things like your tripod, extra accessories, whatever it might be. I keep my like little extra straps and stuff in here because I like this bag's look when it's streamlined and it's very, I like it's just very smooth. It's very sexy. It's got a very nice look to it when these straps or these pockets are folded in. But with that being said, you can easily put any kind of water bottle in there, and even some of the larger ones, which is great. And with those last straps, if you wanted to get them and you wanted to bring a bigger tripod or just a longer tripod or anything in general, you could easily strap it to the bag using those pockets, which is also great. Okay, so on the back here is also where you have that laptop compartment. Now it fits up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. So again, sorry, 17 inches, you out of luck. I have a 13-inch MacBook Air, fits in here fine. My partner has a like 15-inch HP laptop. Don't worry, don't yell at them in the comments. I know Apple, Mac, way better, but you know, just kidding. Don't yell at me if you don't like Apple. It was a joke. If you like whichever brand you want, please don't yell at me in the comments. I like Apple, they like HP. Look, we're a mixed family. So you can easily fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro, that 15-inch HP that they got fits in here. Very nice laptop compartment. By the way, not to mention the fact that it's a different color, which makes it really easy to see. It's very padded. It's got some cushion on the bottom, so if you drop this bag a little too hard, your laptop is protected. I feel like it does a great job, and when the laptop is in there, it even adds a little bit more like rigidity and almost comfort to the back panel on this bag. So great laptop compartment with that weather guard zip, just one solo zipper on that, absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so let's get into the pockets because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, there's not a lot of pockets. At the top here, this is like basically your quick access. This gives you access to the top of the bag. There's a ladder system inside of here, which I'm gonna show you in a second, that you can adjust the level and how like, basically where you want it and how you want that customization in your bag, which like I said, this whole thing is customizable to your needs, which I absolutely love. I have it pretty much dialed into how I want it, but keep in mind that ladder system can move. So if you want to add more camera cubes, less camera cubes, no camera cubes, however you might want to do it, whether you're getting the large, the small, whichever ones they offer, if you're using your own, because I found that some other camera cubes can fit in here as well. So if you get one of their larges and you have a small camera cube as well, boom, you can combine those. It works really well. But up here at the top is a nice little shelf system. And it's just perfect. You got a nice quick access compartment right here at the top, which I'll show you in a second. But this is where that ladder shelf kind of sits. And in here, you can easily put some quick access items. So for what I have, for me, and what I have done in here is I have put, this is how big of a Peter McKinnon fan in, the Peter McKinnon camera tool, which if you haven't seen this, it's on his website. I think he's making more. I got it off the Pete's Pirate Life drop. Obviously, this is a camera tool. It's absolutely phenomenal. Again, Peter McKinnon makes some incredible stuff. And you can just tell with that man that like his attention to detail, and he thinks about the average person. He's a professional. He knows what he needs, but he thinks about like the little guys, like us, like me. Well, I don't know about you, but like me. And it just, he dialed this in so incredibly perfect that I just absolutely love it. So if you're in the market for a good camera tool, this thing is phenomenal. I carry it with me everywhere. It's also a great fidget if you like to fidget with things, but this has been an absolute lifesaver because now it has all the little attachments for any of the gear I have to just make life tons easier. So check that out. I'll link it onto his website. But then also, this is the Peter McKinnon Nomadic accessory case. Now this is the one that came with the original 35 travel camera bag. Now they have some other accessories that are geared in for this one, like another tech organizer and stuff, but I like this because it is a box, and in here, this is where I can put easily all of my audio gear. I've got my Rode wireless mics, my lavalier mark is in here, just chilling. I've got my shotgun mic and I've got my DJI mics, which are absolutely phenomenal. So this case is like perfect for my audio gear. And I like my audio gear to be separate because you never know when I might need it. I won't always need it with my camera gear. So the fact that it fits right up here on this shelf is perfect, but that's not it. You also have two mesh guys. Now on one side, I put my Matador travelable, packable towel blanket things where if I need to put stuff on the ground or whatever, if I want to sit down or if things are wet or anything like that, I always carry a packable something with me, and that's perfect. Fits right up here in this mesh. And then this other mesh guy is actually where I've been keeping the camera tool, but I had just used it before I started this video, so I just kind of set it on top. But you can put it either way because you have two of those little mesh guys, which are perfect if you want some little accessories, some little teeny tiny accessories. Those are the best places that I have found for them. But also at the front here, like I said, you have this zippered compartment. Now in here, very simple. All I've done is put my shoot notebook, my shot notebook, and my SD card case. Now the reason I like my SD card case personally in this compartment is because I usually leave it unzipped, and I have my zippers up here at the top, so if I need to get my SD cards, I don't always have to get into the main compartment, because there's only one way to get into the main compartment, and if I've already grabbed all my gear out and I put my bag back on, I don't want to put my bag all the way down, lay it down, unzip, open it up, and grab it. I have just found that this bag is perfect. Again, it's got just the right amount of organization. Also, the zipper pulls on this, they did something different. Instead of normal zipper pulls that just kind of like fall down, these are like sticking straight up to where you can just easily grab and rip and grip, which I absolutely love. What a great little addition that I didn't even realize until using this bag for like a week. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I love that. So that's the top right here. Great spot to put some of your extra accessories. This is also a great spot if you want to bring like a jacket, anything like that, anything that's non-camera related does really well in that area up here. Okay, so to get into the main compartment, you pretty much have to lay the bag down like this, and then on the zippers, unzip, and it does a full clamshell opening. Now, first, I thought this was kind of like, where's that side access that I like so much on bags? But I gotta be honest with you, once I stopped using the side access on the bags that I was already using, this just seems a lot easier. I don't know why. I mean, obviously it's a lot more work, because if you just wanted to get a quick shot, you're literally putting it down, unzipping, grabbing your camera out, flipping it on, and then putting it back down. That's the sound my camera makes. I don't know what sound your camera makes. So this gives you a full layout of everything you have in your bag, and it makes it really easy to grab what you want. Now, real quick, I want to start up here at the top. These are the little 2 mesh things that they have for organization. Now, this is what I was saying, where I've combined some gear that I meant for some accessories and things that are meant for some of my gear with some of the others. So at the top one right here, I'm not gonna take everything out because I'm using my kitchen table, or actually it's my camping table. But up here, it's my ND filter set for my Mini 3, my DJI Mini 3, grade your own, and my variable ND filter for my Sony camera, and then also my extra camera strap. So that all kind of, I guess I am taking everything out, that's fine. Everything, so that's 3 different things. That's a filter for my camera, a filter for my drone, and then my camera strap. But I found that having those in there, now I know that basically all my filters are right there. So I'm only bringing pretty much one filter with me for my Sony. Sometimes I bring a filter kit, but very rarely. My variable ND filter kind of does it all. I'll link it below. I got it off Amazon, super cheap. It's great if you need one. And then my ND filter for my Mini 3, I mean, I know that all that is right there. It's great. And the one below that is my battery stuff. So I've got my battery pouch, the Nomatic Peter McKinnon battery pouch, and then my battery charger. That's for my Sony. So these 2 are basically just great for little accessories, whatever you might need. Again, with that same zipper pull where it's just already facing out. Absolutely love that. This whole organization bit I was skeptical about. I was like, how am I gonna fit everything I need? And if you're skeptical about it too, I gotta admit, I was pretty impressed about how easy it was to put everything I need right there. So then you move into the main compartment. I'm gonna do my best to show you this without having everything fall out. Now, one spot here, you're gonna see my gloves. That's like the placeholder of where my Sony camera would be, but here is the inside of this bag. Now, here at the top, you'll see this little flap. Now, this is part of that ladder system that gives you access to that first compartment, that first top area that we were talking about. So if you did open this up and you're like, oh, I do need my mic system, or oh, I do need something out of there, instead of having to unzip the top, you can just fold this down, grab what you need, and then fold that back up. And this is also where you adjust the ladder. These snaps here come off, and then you can move this ladder system that's behind these cubes, which I'm going to show you in a second, and you can move it down, you can move it up, and however you want to make it organized. So if you want to have a bigger cube, you want to just have one small cube and have more spots at the top, however you want to do it. There's better videos on their website because like I said, I got mine kind of like zeroed in, so I'm not going to undo it and show you because it's kind of a pain to get back in. That's the one thing I will say. But in these 2, these are the 2 small camera cubes. I always shoot for 2 small ones because it's just how I like to roll. You never know, and these are great little camera cubes. So in one camera cube, I have my Mini 3 RC drone, which fits in there great. And next to that is my Wandered mini tech kit. This is my mobile filmmaking gear where I keep all my DJI, like my Pocket 2, my Action 2, things like my Action 1, all like my GoPro accessories, all of that fits nicely in this little case, which fits perfectly. And then next to that is a little Moment case that I can actually, it's so flimsy. I just keep cables in here. I can actually fold it like a hot dog, and it just fits right in there, because in the middle of this case, there's literally nothing. So I have cables on either side. And that's the first camera cube right here. So you can see these camera cubes here, they're pretty good. They fit a lot of stuff. You can easily fit a full frame camera with a good size lens. You fit a full size camera in one with a good size lens, and then a bigger lens in one. It's completely customizable, because what you'll see in the next one, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out. All I have in here is my Mini 3 drone, and then the placeholder where my Sony camera with my 18 to 55 lens kind of sits, which is my typical lens that I go. Now, if I was gonna be going out, I'm just doing stuff with my camera, then I probably wouldn't bring my mobile filmmaking and all my cords and my Mini 3 controller, because I would bring my camera in one of these and then bring a bunch of lenses and accessories for my camera. But when I go out in a setting like this, and I might be using a little bit of everything, I'm using my drone, I'm using my little mini cameras, I'm using everything, then I can easily customize this to fit however I want. And that's kind of ideal, and that's what this bag does a really good job at doing. And that's why I'm so impressed, is because these camera cubes fit everything I need perfectly. Like I've geared this out to be just for my drone, I've geared it out just to be for my camera, I've geared it out just to be for filmmaking, and in every single time I'm like, wow, I have just enough space for everything I need, which is perfect. But behind here, you'll see this Velcro right here. This is that ladder system. So you unvelcro that, and you can kind of move it up and down however you might need it, easily customize it to fit your camera cubes. And then you have, these are the extra camera cube dividers. So if you need a bunch, it comes with a lot. I'm only using one in each cube. So I just stick them to the side, and then when I put the cubes back in, they just kind of fit perfectly, and you don't really have to worry about those being in the way, and they just fit and pop right back in. And that's the other thing. They made this really easy to adjust, because these pop in and out super easy. Like it's a super easy bag to customize. It's got a great amount of organization, and it's minimal. And I think that I found myself gravitating more towards the bags that do minimal organization, because it just makes it easier. Bags that have too much organization can become overwhelming very quickly, and it can be easy to forget where maybe you put, if there was just a tiny little pocket and I put my ND filter set in there, if I forget, who knows how much time I'm wasting, and that shot is fading by trying to find something as silly as my ND filter kit. ND kilter kit. So that's kind of where my thing is with this bag, and why I like it so much, because I think it's really well done. So if you're looking for a good camera bag in that 22, 25, under 30 liter range for your daily carry, I gotta admit, this bag is pretty stellar. I think they did a really, really good job. And like I said, even if, you know, the price tag on this bag, it's $300 for just a bag, which I get can be pretty steep. But I gotta say that this is one of those cases where I feel like $300 is a pretty good price for a bag of this quality. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, if I get the bag, I won't have enough to get any of the accessories. Now, I personally think that any camera cube will work in here. I do suggest getting the ones from Nomatic, because those fit even better. I was able to put like my Shimoda camera cube in here for a little bit, but there was a lot of space on the sides because it's not the exact dimension, so it did wiggle around a little bit. But I would highly suggest maybe getting this and getting one of the little camera cubes, or maybe two. It's a very, very good. But if you're like, oh, well, I kind of like that, it's not exactly what I want, then the other recommendations that I would have would be the Shimoda Explorer V2, which is a great camera bag, comes in 25 and 35 liters, or 25, 30, and 35 liters. Has a couple different size options. I have the 30 liter, it's absolutely phenomenal. Really love that bag. Another one that I would suggest is any of the Provoke or Provoke packs from Wandered. They come in an 11 liter, a 21 liter, a 31 liter, and now a 41 liter. Totally customizable. Camera cube system on the bottom, roll top on the top. It's great. I have the 11 and the 21 liter, two of my favorites as well. And if you need something even smaller in terms of like a sling size, then I would suggest either the Wandered Roam or the Peak Design camera sling. Both of those are phenomenal. So lots of options. I have videos on all of those if you want to check them out, but I highly recommend this one. It is my go-to. I'm going to be using this pretty much nonstop. I love my Shimoda, but I do think that this one just is a little bit better tailored for what I want. Now, your mileage may vary, which is why I recommend checking out those other ones and really seeing which one you want before you make an investment, because a camera bag is going to be kind of expensive because it's meant to last. It's built to last. It's got to be durable. It's got to have those things. So you're going to have to dish out a little bit of a penny in order to get a good one, but once you do, I promise you it's 100% worth it. So check them out. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. I'll be happy to answer those for you, or you can shoot me an email, odmatthewsbags@gmail.com. I'm always willing to give more photos, videos, suggestions, lists, anything like that. You can hit me up over there. Thank you guys again so very much for all the love and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that wonderful nonsense. Check out the Nomatic Peter McKinnon Daily Camera Bag, 25 liter. And with all of that being said, I'm gonna go on a morning hike because it is still super early, even though the sun is blaring in my eyes. And with all of that, I will see you next time.